In today's You Ask, I Answer, Hamid asks, should my business deploy a chatbot for marketing and customer service? What are the reasons or risks? Really good question. Chatbots and any form of automation, the promise behind them is a programmatic, uniform customer experience. Think about a fast food restaurant like McDonald's, right? You don't go to McDonald's for artisanal, handcrafted, one-of-a-kind culinary experiences. You go to McDonald's because you know that pretty much anywhere on the planet you're going to get the same thing. You're going to get a burger, it's okay. You're going to get fries that are probably pretty good. And you'll get soda that where the carbonation knob has been turned as high as it'll go. That's the promise, and for the most part, it fulfills that promise because of process automation. And now with things like robotic process automation and AI, we're looking at bringing that to more and different fields. Chatbots, powered by AI, are that incarnation. They are a way to create a uniform programmatic customer experience that's available 24/7. Now, there are two considerations for making a decision about deploying a chatbot for marketing and customer service. First, how much time, effort, money, people are you willing to invest in the chatbot? If you're looking for, download, install, put it on your website, and go, you're done, right? Sort of an out-of-box experience. For you, the marketer, that was great. That was easy. It was fast. The experience that the customers are going to get is probably going to be terrible, right? Because it's not tuned, it is not trained, and it will not deliver a great result that is unique to your business, right? It's easy to create a generic chatbot that says, somebody types in help and says, for help, go to our website, right? That doesn't help anybody. On the other hand, if you're willing to invest weeks or months, maybe even years, plus lots of people, lots of effort, lots of data, because chatbots need data to train on, knowledge, and of course money, a lot of money, to create and tune the AI behind today's chatbots that's specific and exclusive to your business, then the chances are the experience you'll provide will be highly customized and very good. So that's consideration number one. How much are you willing to invest in the thing itself in order to make it work really, really, really well? Now, there are great services out there, services like Mobile Monkey, there's services like Chat Fuel, and of course IBM Watson. Watson has a whole chatbot system set up that you can do to build a customized experience with Watson Assistant. Again, these all are things that require you to spend time and money tuning. Wit.ai from Facebook is another one, but you got to tune it, you got to create it, you have to think through all of the possible scenarios that could happen, and give it lots and lots of data. Second thing to consider, what is the quality of the current customer experience you're providing right now? If you're providing a great customer experience with humans, with people, then the bar for your chatbot is very high, because the chatbot has to not be a step down in service, right? It's going to take a lot of time, it's going to take a lot of resources to match that experience, to provide just as good an experience with machinery that you can with humans. It can be done, right? Again, services like Watson, on the consumer side, Siri and Google Home and Alexa are beginning to provide more, mine just went off, are beginning to provide more human-like experiences. But again, these are systems and services where these companies, like Amazon and Google and Apple, have invested millions of dollars in many years to make them great. So if your human experience is great, your chatbot's got a very high bar to reach. Now, if your customer service and your experience is appalling, right? Think like Department of Motor Vehicles awful, then your chatbot has a very low bar to reach. And pretty much anything except slapping customers in the face, literally, like slapping them upside the head, will be an improvement. However, I don't know that a chatbot should be your first priority. If your customer service is appalling and you want to do better, perhaps fix the humans first and at least get them to minimum competence or mediocre before investing money in a chatbot. because otherwise you will find possibly that you just don't need the humans. Like if your chatbot is a somewhat terrible experience, but your humans are a really terrible experience, people will deal with the chatbot, but actually what will really happen is they will go deal with a competitor, unless you are a monopoly like the Department of Motor Vehicles. There's no competing place to go, and so the experience there is just awful. So those are the two levers that you have to honestly audit and measure first, and you have to be honest. So when you're presenting your case to your executives or your stakeholders, your board of directors or whatever, you've got to be using honest data. Customer experience data is typically in the past has been massaged to make your company look good, to make your executives look good. And because it's not honest, it's also not a good barometer of how customers actually feel. So you'll have to use systems, probably third-party systems, outside surveys. Google Consumer Surveys is a really good, super inexpensive one. Net Promoter Scores and things that you would use to truly judge your customer experience. And now if your scores are terrible, then the chatbot is a promising alternative, but also it takes some time to invest in that current customer experience, and you might find the chatbots unnecessary. On the other hand, if your scores are great, start the chatbot, but be super aware that it's going to take a lot of work and a really high bar to meet the great customer experience that you're already delivering. So, Hamid, great question about chatbots. Now, the one last thing I would say is start experimenting with them. You should be trying them out and testing and tinkering with them immediately. Right? That's something that every marketer should at least try out. Whether or not you put it into production is a separate question. Hamid's question is about that deployment, that production use case. Every marketer should be trying it out to be familiar with the technology, because as time goes on and as the technology behind them improves, the speed to deployment in production will get faster and the cost to deployment will get lower. But you should be getting some experience now. So thanks for the great question. As always, if you have a question for You Ask, I Answer, please leave it in the comments. Quick plug, my company, Brain+Trust Insights, going to put on my corporate hat for a second, is trying out a new thing called Table for Four. If you and up to 3 other colleagues want to spend an hour just chatting, just talking through some business problems, marketing problems, Google Analytics problems, any level of staff, from the most junior person to the most senior person. We have a service called Table for Four. It's a 1-hour consultation with one of the Brain Trust principals, probably me, and we will be more than happy for you to pick our brains for an hour, and you can book this on the website. I'll put a link in the notes as well if you're interested in doing that. So that's with Brain Trust Insights. It's called Table for Four. Would love to chat with you for an hour and see how it goes. Thanks for watching. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the newsletter, and I'll talk to you soon.